So, today's a new day, new rant. I guess it's not so much of a rant, but I just wanted to share that, I don't know, I was talking yesterday about positivity and how, that can pave the way for, good things to happen, for change to happen, for a situation to turn around. And, I've been doing this thing, like I was watching Robert Morris message, and he was talking about praying every day for spiritual and natural provision. And it really hit me. Like, I was really struggling for a little bit there. I was really worried about finances and lost some hours at work, and so I was trying to think of ways that I could compensate for that. And I was stressing a little bit, and probably needlessly so, because I'm not hurting too much financially, but I'm still trying to, save money. I'm looking at buying a house. I'm going through all the same struggles that it seems like anybody with ambition is going through. And I just, so I started praying. I took that to heart, and I felt, that yes, that's the answer that I needed. I was praying about that stress, and then I was given that message, and it seemed to speak right into my circumstance. And I thought, yeah, this has to be a God thing. I'm wanting to kind of put my feet into different things and not have all my eggs in one single basket. And I have started a semi-lucrative business recently, and it's kind of nice because, it's just me so far. It's my own. I'm not really working for anybody besides my customers themselves. And it seems to be an answer to prayer. And it was, something that I wasn't necessarily thinking about. I hadn't really planned it even. It just kind of seemed to fall into place with a thought that I had, and I just kind of ran with it. I prayed about it. I picked up the things that I needed to make this happen, and just started to go with it. And it seems like God has blessed that, and because I feel like that there's been maybe an even greater blessing on this, because I've been very careful to honor the people that I'm working for, not to overcharge people. In fact, I've been told by numerous people that I'm undercharging for my services, and that I need to probably pick it up a bit. But I think a majority of the people that I'm doing these services for are older people, and I just feel like they're people that are typically taken advantage of in so many regards. And it's like, I would like to help them, but still make it profitable for myself. And so I've made my my business quite affordable, my service is quite affordable to your average Joe. And anyway, I'm just the point that I'm trying to make here is it's funny how things that we didn't maybe necessarily plan on can become opportunities, and we have to just take things as we go. In all of my new opportunities and endeavors, I just pray that if something is meant to happen, that it will happen, and that it'll go through smoothly. And if it's not meant to happen, or if this isn't meant for me, then I pray that it won't. I applied for a new job recently to supplement my full-time job, which is definitely my priority. And I got the job right away, and I'm still kind of deciding if I really want to take this. And then on top of this, I've got my own little thing going on. And, I was talking to my brother about this too, about praying for, natural and spiritual provision, and how it's important, even daily, where we can't begin to rely on money or anything, any kind of stability that we can create for ourselves. It can be taken away in an instant. And, the market comes up and down. You could lose your job in a heartbeat. Living in Alberta, I think that's become the reality for a lot of people that thought they had lucrative careers. And it's just become where it's not reliable to count on anything that is not completely stable. And the only thing I know that is stable is God. And when we come to Him for provision, He is faithful to deliver that if we trust him. You know, if you pray faithfully and you understand that God will answer your prayers, that he does care about the things that you care about, that if it matters to you, it matters to him. And, you know, it's just like when I began to pray, when I began to sort of like, you know, tell God to take this fear and to, you know, help me step into something that would provide my needs. And I just watched a lot of things just kind of fall together. And it's, you know, I've done a lot of striving, but it's funny when I think it's meant to happen, things kind of fall into place a little more naturally. And it doesn't always have to be a struggle, and it doesn't have to be like pulling teeth. And I think that that's the way that it is when God provides something, that there's just a supernatural ease to it. And I feel totally blessed right now. And it's like, in fact, I was just driving to one of my clients with my brother, and to do some landscaping services. And I was checking my email at work, and I received a bonus, and I was so pumped, and I'm so excited, but I know better than to not understand where that came from. I understand that this has been an answer to prayer, and I just I need to encourage others, like, you know, if you're out in the world right now and you're in your own struggle and, you know, fighting in your own chaos, sorry, my throat is going out on me, but you know, if things are not looking so hot, you know, continue to pray about it and just pray that new opportunities open up, and watch them open up. And it might not be immediately. You might be praying that prayer for a while. It's not, you know, God isn't like a genie where we just pray and, you know, I mean, if it's God's will and we pray along with God's will, then we will see things change. And that's the thing, I think, to have this sort of effectiveness in your prayer life, you have to sort of align yourself with God's will, and then he takes care of you. If we're trying to do our own thing with our own agenda and, you know, living selfishly and focusing on things that don't matter, a lot of things become a very fruitless struggle, and it becomes very disheartening. But it doesn't have to be that way. It's not meant to be that way. And I just want to encourage you guys again that if anybody's out there struggling, just to, you know, focus on what matters, do the right thing and live with integrity, and just pray that God will take care of you, that he'll provide that provision, and he will.